And so the next one we're going to look at is the high roundhouse kick, aiming for the head. When you guys are aiming for the head kick, quite often we'll really be using the top of the foot, the instep here, and maybe if you're really close, just the bottom part of your shin for this one. So same or similar technique, but ever so slightly different tool of impact. Right? The key difference, other than obviously the height, for our high kick is, again, I need to pivot the supporting leg further. Right? So each time we keep kicking up, the bottom leg has to turn a greater amount. As I throw my head kick, the principle is still the same as before. I take a small step, and then my heel is off the ground through the duration of that pivot. Notice for this one, I'm tracking almost towards heel facing the target. Right? So it's a lot further around. Right? That's going to create an arc with my hips, which is going to allow my kick to come in and try and knock the head off, rather than swinging my leg up like a leg raise, where it's going to glance past their guard. Right? So I need to do a nice big chamber high kick, but that last bit of the pivot through my hips is going to allow my kick to then go from going upwards or tracking upwards to turning inwards and through the target. All right? So step, pivot almost 180, and then extend. Step, pivot and extend, retract. Okay, so when you guys are kicking for either for the body target or the head target, something to keep in mind with accuracy and the structure of the kick is where I point my knee in the chamber is where my foot is going to end up tracking towards when I extend my leg. All right. So I'm not aiming to impact with a bent leg where my foot would be below my knee. I'm extending my leg at that last second of the kick. That's what gives it that big whipping motion at the end. Right? My hips like cracking the handle that travels down the leg and then whips out. So wherever I point my knee initially is where my leg's going to go to. Now obviously the kicks are dynamic, so the goal here is to use some dynamic flexibility to get your leg above where it would normally go. Right? So for example, when I do mine in slow motion, I'm going to struggle to hit the target that I'm aiming for, but by using a little bit of speed through my kick, I can force that leg to whip up to that target. And the way that I do that again is to aim the knee for the target that I'm aiming for. All right? So even when it's to the body, I'm aiming and then extending. When it's to the head, same principle, aim the knee and then pivot over. All right?